So this video is just gonna show you me trying to decorate this room and redecorate it constantly and make room for all my clutter. But yeah, you'll definitely see me move things around and scrub things down. But yeah, I'm excited to show you guys how I decorated it, and I'll probably change it. So this is what my room looked like before I moved in. It had this like gray carpet, this bed already, and then it already has like a toilet, and the shower I kept the same, just cleaned it, and then I took off some of the old furniture. I want to replace these blinds eventually, but pretty nice outside that day. And then I decided to clean those shelves and keep them. And the room originally came with this carpet, but the house manager agreed to put vinyl floor for me, so that was really nice. So this is what my room looked like the first day I moved in. My friends helped me put my bed together, and I have a bed frame that was going to go underneath there. It's my shower curtain, and then I have a whole bunch of cleaning supplies to starting with the shower, and then I started doing the floors, and just scrubbing everything down, breaking it in and making it new. So starting with the shower, so you'll see in the next clip, I just really went ham. Okay, so I know the shower is gross. The landlord just finished putting it all together, making it new. So there's just a lot of foot marks, I think. I'm not really sure, but you could see me power scrubbing in this time loop. So I essentially just used 4 scrub daddies, and then I used 4 things of Comet. This is me putting the Comet on and watching the gunk kind of rise, and then I just did swirly motions with boiling hot water. So I just went over and over and over again, and I feel the more it came out, the more satisfying it was. So hopefully this doesn't gross you guys out. It looks just as satisfied in this next clip where it's all shiny and white. Tell me why I was most excited for the shower. I just love the faux marble look, and the fact that the shower curtain bar has that kind of curve to it, so it feels it's a little more open. So I started sweeping the floor, and I realized how much crap I have all over the floor. So I took a break and I finished putting my dresser together. I still have lots of cleaning supplies I need to make room for under my sink. As you can see on those shelves, there's definitely just a lot of organizing I have to do, with the toilet paper and the bath mat and the trash bags, finding all the room under my sink as much as possible to put all these things. I also thought I could put some more stuff in my bathroom, so I built that little shelf over my toilet because I didn't like the one that was originally there. So this one feels more open. I just have all my shower gels and body sprays and room sprays in one place. At this point, I was maybe 2 weeks moved into this room, so you'll definitely see a lot more clutter and randomness all over my sink. So I found a little 50-cent cup for my brushes and toothbrush, and then I got these really cute Ariel mugs, or Ariok and Ariel mugs at Hot Topic, and then I put most of my decorations on those 3 shelves you saw in the beginning. So I have all my little fairy figurines and some of my favorite books and crystals, some random candles and toilet paper. So I tried to fit everything over there. And I put my TV on my dresser with this random tapestry that I made from a piece of fabric. Well, I didn't make it, but it's clearly not cut to size. I just pinned it up there. But the tapestries I put above my bed I really liked. It's tapestries I've had for a really long time, and I just added twinkly lights, so it's definitely giving those college dorm vibes. And my friend lent me that desk in the corner, so I was really excited it fit just perfectly there. So I started working on my gallery wall. I got some ideas from Pinterest, per usual. So I started taping around the edges of all these frames I already had. And I started getting some magazine cutouts and just using Walmart picture frames and Ross picture frames and trying to map out where I would put all these frames. So I essentially just did about a ruler's length worth of space off the wall, and then I decided to just kind of keep that measurement going in between the pictures. So I used a lot of blue tape, as you could see, and I started running out and using Scotch tape, but I was really liking the idea of this whole entire wall being lots of picture frames. So this is that with all the extra tape cut off, so you could kind of see more of the visual. And I use little pink Post-its to try to like, imagine what pictures I'm going to put where and if they would even go together. I'm kind of pointing at the different hooks and how they're a little lower than each other, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it works out. But and it ended up looking okay. I didn't take out any of these and redo them, so that's a plus. So as you could see, I started hanging up all the pictures I already had framed, and then I ran out of blue tape, so I started using that like tan Scotch tape. So at this point I only had like 2 pictures to fill, so I grabbed this magazine I really liked, and I started taking out the posters and putting them into picture frames. So I ended up liking way too many of those Kristen Stewart pictures, so I ended up doing a whole little spread on a separate wall. But it inspired me to clean up the other gallery wall. I felt like it looked way too cluttered with all those pictures everywhere, and I couldn't find 2 last pictures to put on the bottom, so I ended up putting all this extra tape in the middle. So you'll see this is the final product. Essentially, I just wanted to make it a lot more simpler and clean cut and not overbearing and overcomplicated, which inspired me to actually start cleaning up the top of my dresser. So I brought my record player back out and started trying to light all my candles that I've been just hiding under my bed. So I started moving all things around and trying to just see what I could do differently in my room to simplify it, which actually led me to moving my bed in a whole different direction. I literally just took it horizontal or vertical and turned it horizontal, which you'll see in a second. And then after unpacking all those candles, I found one of my old tapestries. So you might recognize it from one of my previous videos, but I used it to cover up my closet and kind of make it a fun hippie corner. And then I hung up my Playboy sign and actually got it to work. And then I put all my electronic stuff together in one corner. And you'll see I moved my bed just slightly the other way, so I feel like it took up more of that corner and made it look a little bigger. And then I ended up adding these like fairy lights at the top of my shelf, and I added some like extra books and wine. And then I added my lamps on either side of my figurines to try to like brighten up this place. I'm like heavily considering getting a little curtain to hide my little cart of snacks. And clearly my fridge needs more food and I need less candy and sauce. But it is what it is, and at least everything has its place. And my sink is not as cluttered as it was when I first moved in and unpacked. So I really like this setup, but the only thing I ended up moving was my dresser, and I put it going into my closet. I just feel like it made more sense when I'm getting ready in the morning, because all my like underwear, socks, and work t-shirts are in my dresser, and then all my like jeans and dressy shirts are right next to it. And then I didn't do much with this corner as far as changing it like I thought I was going to. I just moved some more stuff towards the top. But on top of my dresser, I ended up adding some of my favorite like magazines and books and candles and crystals. So more than half the stuff was already on my dresser. I just tried to dress it up a little. And then I organized my closet and changed the curtains back to something more simple, because I feel like that tapestry was just honestly hard to like open and close. Adding the 2 panels just made it seem like a lot more open and accessible than trying to move a whole piece of fabric from one side to the other and bunch it up and whatnot. So this is like the final result and what I end up currently having. And who knows, I'll probably end up changing it in like 2 weeks, but for right now I just really vibing with this setup, and I'm excited to see what I do for the holidays. But my next goal is to try to clean up this corner a little bit, and I don't know, maybe put like a plant or a shelf or something there. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and hopefully I could do another one of these soon. Yeah.